Friday. I am actually getting ready to head out and hopefully run both of my errands. This weekend is a very busy weekend, or Sunday rather is a very busy day. My father-in-law's pastoral anniversary is Sunday, and so that's a really big thing. And also my best friend, her bridal shower is Sunday, and it's crazy because they're literally at the same time, or 30 minutes apart. So the pastoral anniversary starts at 2:30 and my best friend's bridal shower starts at 2 o'clock. And I don't know how I'm going to make both, but I have to make both. I also have to get my nails and my toes done. I forgot about my toes. I'm thinking I'm just going to get my nails done. I literally have to get my nails and toes done. So,
alright guys, I made it to the nail shop. Get these toes and these hands together. I needed to get a refill and pedicure.
What kind of, what do you have on your nail right now?
Gel?
Acrylic?
Yeah.
Sorry?
hey guys, so today is Monday, March 23rd. In the last vlog, I said that I was going to give you guys the game plan in regards to my IVF journey. So in the first vlog, if you've watched it, you saw that I went to the IVF clinic. As soon as I sat down, after checking in, they called my name and called us straight to the back. The doctor was really, really nice. And he mentioned a lot of percentages, like percentiles. He kept saying things like 30% of women get pregnant, 40% of women might not get pregnant, only leaves 10% to get pregnant, Like he just kept using percentages like a lot, and it was just, I don't know what it was doing to my brain. But anywho, our game plan is, I wrote it down, but let me see if I can remember. So the game plan is, well, when I went to him, I asked him about obviously doing the IVF, and he mentioned that some people don't even know that they have an option to do IUI first. And basically IUI is where they shoot up the sperm like all the way up into the uterus, past the vagina or whatever, so that the sperm has a shorter distance to travel to the fallopian tubes, right? So yeah, so say like your vagina is here and your uterus is here, and then your fallopian tubes is here. So typically when you're having sex, the sperm comes through the vagina into the uterus. So you have a longer way to travel. Like the sperm has a longer way to travel. But with IUI, you not skip the vagina, but they push the, I guess it's a catheter, past the vagina into the uterus here. That way the sperm has a shorter distance to travel to get to the fallopian tube. So that's our first option that we're going to go with instead of going straight to IVF, because a lot of people, I guess, don't know that they can do IUI, try IUI first before doing the IVF. And so he, I guess, was hopeful about let's trying IUI first before doing IVF. So after we did the appointment and did the game plan, we went into the little room, and the nurse is where she wrote down everything, like my next steps to do or whatever. And so after that, went home. They actually called me to, just follow up with me in regards to my game plan. So my job was to, the very next time my menstrual cycle started in full flow, like the first day of full flow, was to give them a call so that they can schedule like my next, the start of like my test and everything. So I kind of know why they're testing during my cycle, but I don't know. It's like I can explain it, but I can't explain it. So she was just like, they do all of the testing during your cycle, and it's like your cycle kind of lets them know what they're working with, basically, when it comes to your body, and your probability of having kids and how healthy, like, I guess your body is. Like, you can tell all of that through your, I guess, menstrual blood or whatever, and whatever hormones be going on during your menstrual cycle, all that good jazz. So the first step was the first day of my full flow, give them a call. And between the first day and the third day of my menstrual cycle of bleeding, they do blood work. And then so tomorrow I have to do blood work only. After blood work, she has me scheduled for next week, Tuesday. What she got me scheduled for next week, Tuesday? She got me scheduled next week, Tuesday, for an HSG. And basically, I know if you're probably watching this, you know what an HSG is. But that's basically when they put some sort of dye into your uterus so that they can try to make the dye go through your fallopian tubes. And that is going to determine if your fallopian tubes are open or closed. So the dye goes through the tubes. And I believe when the dye goes through the tubes, your tubes should be open. And if the dye goes through it, that means they're open. If the dye does not go through the tubes, that means it's closed. And that's probably why people sometimes can't get pregnant, because their fallopian tubes are blocked. So that test will be next week, Tuesday. After that, they're going to do another blood work and an ultrasound, which is the Saturday after next week, Tuesday. So next week, Tuesday is HSG, and then that following Saturday is an ultrasound and some blood work. All of that is going to determine when they can give me my trigger shot. I probably should have. I researched what this trigger shot is, but I didn't, if that makes sense. But basically, if I have it correctly, the trigger shot is some sort of hormone or something that kind of helps you and your ovaries, I guess, get ready and ovulate like more intensely. Like, it just gets your body like super ready for the sperm, if that makes sense. And so like when your egg meet the sperm, whatever this hormone is, it's called the trigger shot, whatever this medicine is or whatever, it's supposed to make fertilization 10 times like stronger or whatever, for you to get pregnant, basically. But yeah, so that is my game plan, and that's probably a lot of people's game plan. Look at my husband, he calling me. Can you see him? That man's so fine. But oh wait, he probably calling me about butter and stuff. Hold on. Hey babe.
Hey, you want some bananas for my list?
Bananas?
Yeah.
No, it's okay. I don't need any bananas. Are you FaceTiming me?
Oh, my bad. True.
Oh. No, I just needed butter. And what else did I need? That was it I asked for, right?
Toilet paper.
Oh yeah, and toilet paper. Yeah, those were the only two things.
Alright.
Are you on, what, are you at Rouse's or something? Oh, okay.
Alright.
Okay, love you, Penny.
Love you too.
Bye. Oh, I just finished cooking dinner, so I asked him to bring me some butter and toilet paper because I didn't realize we had ran out of toilet paper. Toilet paper go by fast. But anyways, yeah, I'm cooking salmon, broccoli, and toast. I have the oven on, but I like to wait for him to get like maybe 5 minutes away from the house 10 minutes away from the house before I put the toast bread in the oven, because toast bread, like if you don't eat it right when it's hot, it gets cold like super fast. So anyways, but yeah, so that's our game plan. So tomorrow I do the blood work for 8:45, and I don't like needles at all. And it's crazy because when you're pregnant, you get a lot of needles stuck in you. But but yeah, so I'm super excited about this journey, and I don't think I'm nervous at all. I'm just ready to get to the point to where I can say that I'm pregnant. Like, I can take a pregnancy test and say that I'm pregnant. I literally took a pregnancy test the day that I went to my first consultation appointment, because I was like, let me just make sure I'm not pregnant, because I don't want to get there and be like already pregnant and then I've wasted money. When I tell you I don't like to waste a quarter, a penny, a nickel, a dime, I don't like to waste any money. So I'm like, let me just double check or whatever. But yeah, and I'm also really glad that they accept my insurance and that my doctor or fertility doctor is in network with my insurance. I work remotely, and I work out of state, so I don't think it was really initially hard for me to find a doctor that was within network. I didn't do the first step, which is calling my benefits and saying, hey, can you give me a list of in-network doctors in regards to fertility. And so I just kind of like started doing research on my own. And then when I finally did call them to ask them for a list, right before I even really dove deep into the list, because the list was kind of confusing and I don't think the rep gave me the right information when she did give me the list. But right before I really dove deep into the list, I had already reached out to these people that I'm working with now. So they ended up taking my insurance, which is great. And I'm hoping that when we get, I guess as far as like the trigger shot, I'm hoping that I can just do like the IUI, and I'm preferably believing that I'm going to be pregnant during the IUI and not have to go through the actual IVF thing. Like, it would be so amazing if God would bless us to be able to just do the IUI. It's less invasive and less expensive. And but yeah, my husband and I also spoke about if we wanted to do twins, like if we were to get to the IVF step. We did discuss if we wanted to do twins or not, and we visited that conversation twice. And the first time we were like, okay, we're gonna go ahead and choose to have 2 embryos implanted because we don't know what the future is going to look like in regards to IVF. You know what I'm saying? And we don't know what the pricing is going to look like because it's already expensive. So we were like, let's just do 2 now. That way I don't have to go through this again, and we don't have to spend a lot of money in doing it. But then when we had revisited the conversation again, and just listening to like other people's stories and different professional doctors in regards to the situation, it could be like twin pregnancy in general is high risk pregnancy, but considering the fact that I am hypertension, I take hypertension medication once a day, and so with that plus my anemia and a twin pregnancy, we were like, let's just do 1 to start, and then if we decided to have a child in the future, then that we would go through this process again if we had to. I've seen a story of a married couple that went through IVF the first time, and then they ended up getting pregnant naturally the second time. So perfectly that could happen. I don't know, but at any rate, we're blessed to be able to at least be able to bring a child into the world. No matter what that looks like, it looks different for everybody, and I'm excited. So yeah, I will keep you guys posted on how things go. Leave a comment if you have any questions that maybe I can ask, or if you have any insight that you can give me that I can ask, my doctor and nurses and everything like that. Definitely help me out. Anyone that's watching this that's going on your own journey, definitely help me out if you have learned things along the way that can be useful tips that I can use. But yeah, so good morning, guys. I literally just made it to the appointment. I was kind of rushing. I was in the car trying to handle business with a whole nother company while driving, and I just made it here. A few seconds late, but I'm here. Hey guys, so I am back from the doctor's office. I've actually been back for quite a while, but I'm just getting back to the camera. So after I left, once I arrived, they checked me in, and I went straight to the back, and they put me in a chair so that they can take my blood. And so they got the blood. The lady or the nurse who took my blood, to be honest, I am afraid of needles. I do not like needles, and I guess I better get used to it, because when you're pregnant, you get stuck. From what I've witness watching different birthing vlogs and stuff like that. But she did a really good job in sticking me. I felt obviously a needle going in, but it literally wasn't even a pinch. Like, that's how good she was. So I would like for her to always stick me when I have to get stuck. So yeah, she took the blood. They also needed a urine sample. When I got there, I did not have to even use the bathroom, because when I was at home, before I left the house, I had to use the bathroom so bad. There was no possible way that I was going to be able to leave the house and not use the bathroom. Like, it would have been over for me. So when I got there, they had me drink some water and I sat for a little while. But I did try to drink water before I left the house, and while I was driving in the car. But obviously when I got there, I still didn't have to use the bathroom, and so I drank more water. I ended up being able to give a little bit of urine. And when I say a little, not a lot. So I'm hoping that that was enough for them to use it for whatever they needed to use it for. If not, then obviously they would call me and tell me, and I would have to probably go back and give more urine sample. To be honest, I know the process and everything that's going on, but I am still a little bit confused at the same time because I'm not sure what these tests are for. Like, I know what they told me they're for, I think. So I know that, okay, the blood and the urine was today. I know that next week is my HSG. I know following that is a ultrasound and something else. And to my knowledge, the doctor was like, all of these tests is going to basically tell him or the nurses when they're going to be able to give me a trigger shot. That is exactly what they said, right? But I thought the test was for something else too. I don't really know. In my mind, I'm thinking the test is what's supposed to let them know, I guess, the overall health of what doing the actual IVF process will look like in regards to my eggs and my husband's sperm sample or whatever. I don't know. And in my mind, like I said before, I don't need to know all that. All I need you to do is take this egg and this sperm, put it together, and let's get it on. Like, that's my mind frame. Like, what are we running all these tests for? You already know I have endometriosis. You already know that there is a challenge there, period. So you telling me something about my blood and my hormones, I mean, I care about all of that, but at the same time, it's like, when you tell me all of this, okay, great. So when are you going to take my egg and sperm and put it together? Like, that's my, so in my mind, I'm like, why are you going through all this? Because if I was just to be getting it on with my husband naturally, we naturally get pregnant, like, none of that would even matter to me because I'm pregnant. You know what I mean? So that's why I feel like we could have really skipped all this and went straight to my egg part and whatever. But anyways, so yeah, that's that. So later today, she's supposed to call me and tell me, give me some results about my blood samples that she took today in my urine, right? What she's going to tell me, I have no idea. If I'm able to put it in this vlog, I will. If not, it'll be in the next vlog, whatever the results are. I highly doubt she's going to call me today because it's already 2:48, 10 minutes to 3 o'clock, and she hasn't called. Unless she's going to squeeze it in before she gets off, I guess at 4 or 5 o'clock. She did say, although, that she was going to put it in my chart, but I didn't get a notification that there was any notes or messages within my portal. So yeah. That's that. So next week is the HSG. I'm not really sure how I'm feeling about that because I don't really like things going up my vagina besides my husband's, you know what. And I think they're going to use a catheter. Is it a catheter? To, I guess, squirt the fluid in there to see if the tubes are open. This is the real test though, because if the liquid, goes through my tubes, if it doesn't go through my tubes, then I'll know why I haven't gotten pregnant all this time. I've also heard myths that when women do get HSGs and the fluid is inserted in there, sometimes it can open the tubes. the doctor that I went to for my fertility, I asked him about that myth, and he didn't necessarily agree with it or disagree with it. He just didn't really have like a thought about it. So I don't know, but my thing is, if say for example somebody's tubes are closed, and then you go and you get the HSG and you squirt the liquid in there, and then all of a sudden the liquid has so much force till it literally pushes through your tubes and now they're open, that is a possibility of that happening, you know. You may have had maybe a little bit of blockage, not too much, to where the fluid is just enough force to just open it up. I feel like that's a real possibility. Now it's, you know, I don't know. I just think it's a possibility. But anyways, that's that. So we shall find out the results soon, if not today. I'm guessing tomorrow. And I will keep you guys posted. I'm going to end the vlog here because I don't know if she's going to hit me up and tell me about my results. So I'll end the vlog here, and I'll pick it up next week with the HSG. And if you are not subscribed, definitely subscribe, and just hit the like button at the least to share or whatever. If you are someone that is also going through your fertility journey, definitely, you know, give me some tips and whatever, or just information that I can, you know, use for anything. Or if you're going through IUI, definitely give me some, you know, informative information that I could use, because I am new to this. So yeah, I'll end the vlog here and see you guys next week. Peace.